Welcome back, and now in the thick of the festival season, I'm catching up with Vice President for Marketing, Mondelez India, Nitin Saini. We are catching up with him on their new campaign, shining spotlight on homepreneurs around the festival, key trends witnessed by the brand from Rakhi to Diwali, and how are Indians consuming chocolate, and how is the brand set for premiumization, their strategy in this direction, and much more. So around this Diwali, first up, you have launched Ghar Ki Dukaan, shining spotlight on homepreneurs this time. Tell us more about the thought behind, this campaign.
Yeah, Shivani, if you look at our Diwali work in the last 3 years, they've all been around the theme of helping small businesses. So if you look at 2020 and 2021, it was helping small retailers who are coming on the back of a tough COVID situation.
Correct.
And then last year it was helping those who don't even have a shop, which is Shop for Shopless. So this year we are shining spotlight on homepreneurs. These are small home businesses who do a lot of fantastic work. They are mostly owned by women who do it for their pride, to give outlet to their passion, and also to contribute to the household income. But they are very limited in their reach. So with our campaign, which is this ad is my store, we are enabling these homepreneurs to increase their reach and go beyond their own neighborhood to the whole city.
Yeah.
So that's really the idea of our campaign this year.
And it was launched around Navratri time. And from Navratri to, let's say, Diwali is like crucial time for a company like Mondelez. And over the past couple of years, we have seen a lot of action from Mondelez brands. Tell us what else is cooking around, this festival.
We have 2 more campaigns right now live on air, which is around the theme of the World Cup. So we have a campaign on dairy milk, which is called Sit Together. And that is all about inspiring people to celebrate the spirit of cricket together by watching it together, irrespective of the background or the jobs they do. That campaign is also live on air. We also have a campaign from Oreo, which is called Oreo Bola Mat Bol, which is a playful twist to an old belief that we shouldn't talk about India winning the World Cup just yet till India wins the World Cup. So we have Oreo doing this, and we have Dairy Milk on Sit Together, and we have the Celebrations campaign about helping the homepreneurs, which is live on air right now.
Sure. And, from Rakhi, where, you launched your first leg of the festive campaigns, to, let's say, Diwali, I mean, almost stepping into, the Diwali fever right now. Can you tell us what are some of the key consumer trends that you are noticing?
I would say that certainly we are seeing a lot of positive sentiment as far as consumers are concerned, as we can see on our own performance during Rakhi and Diwali. So, I mean, Diwali is still early days, some of the early indicators are positive, but we're hoping for a good Diwali. So there's certainly a strong consumer sentiment getting into the festive season. The other trend I would say is certainly around premiumization. We are seeing an increasing trend of premiumization. There is this consumer cohort which is looking for more premium, more sophisticated experiences. And actually we at Mondelez are well set up to tap into that premiumization trend. But I would say that's definitely a trend that we are seeing in the market.
Yeah, and you mentioned set up for the premiumization trend. What are some of the things that you've already done, and what are some of the things that we expect from Mondelez in that direction?
If you look at our portfolio, if you look at our chocolate portfolio, we have a very strong portfolio when it comes to premium chocolate. We have got Silk, we have got Boneville, which is all about building relevance for dark chocolate in India. And actually Mondelez India has led the premiumization agenda for chocolates in this country. So very well set up on the chocolate side. If I look at biscuits, premiumizing the categories is the growth opportunity that we look at. And we again have a very strong portfolio there with Oreo, which is doing extremely well. And then we have a strong second pillar now as well in Choco Bakes. So I would say if I look at our portfolio, we are well set up to tap into the premiumization trend.
As a market leader, Nitin, if you can share with us, how is India eating chocolate today over the past 1 year? If you can throw in some light, and how much of chocolate has been consumed over the past 1 year?
I would say that certainly the category is doing well. And we as market leaders, definitely one of our key objectives is to drive category growth. And there are several things that we look at when it comes to driving category growth. There's definitely an opportunity to drive penetration, because there's still a lot of households who do not consume chocolate, more so in rural than urban. And that is where our low unit price portfolio really comes into play. So we have again a very strong portfolio there in 5 rupee and 10 rupee that plays a role over there. Once somebody is in one starts consuming chocolate, we again have a very strong portfolio to drive more occasions of consumption, whether that be home stocking or stocking of chocolate or at home or gifting, which is where our celebration brand comes into play. The third lever I would say is what I just spoke about, which is premiumization. And that is again a trend that one is seeing when it comes to chocolate category, that there is this desire to have more premium, sophisticated experiences. So for us, all three levers are important to drive penetration.
Penetration in rural and markets that are not consuming so much chocolate.
Absolutely. More occasions of consumption, such as gifting, stocking chocolate at home, and then finally premiumization, which is to have more premium, sophisticated experiences. And all of it goes into driving the category growth, which I think is the big opportunity for us, because when one compare India with some of the other markets in the world, we still have a huge headroom to grow when it comes to per capita consumption.
And when it comes to consumer cohort, which consumer cohort are you looking at, which you think is both exciting and challenging for the company?
I think I would say the one that I just spoke about, which is people who are looking for more premium, sophisticated experience, the aspirant consumer cohort, if you like, because there's certainly a huge opportunity to grow with that consumer cohort, but at the same time they do look for more indulgent, more premium, more sophisticated experience. So you got to make sure that what you're putting out in front of them is absolutely of gold standard quality. So I would say it's that's the consumer cohort and more exciting than challenging.
Yeah, and what about the Gen Zs? Because every brand and FMCG player is speaking about tapping into the Gen Zs, and that's a very discerning consumer to reach. So how are you engaging with the Gen Z consumers?
I think Gen Z is absolutely a very important cohort when it comes to our consumer base. And we talk to them in different ways. So of course, when we communicate, our messaging is a lot of times, is tuned to what their preferences are, what their passion points are. We also have a strong personalization program when it comes to reaching out to consumers. So then we have a dedicated set of communication that goes with these people, that goes to Gen Z. A lot of what we do around activation, Shubhani, a lot of story doing, a lot of not just communicating our proposition, but also enabling people, is also something that connects with Gen Z very well, because they really like it when the brands are not just talking about their proposition, but are also living it. So I think these are the different ways in which we are able to connect well with Gen Z, and we actually have a very strong emotional connection with them.
Yeah. Now, overall, when it comes to media strategy, Nitin, we spoke about reaching out to the rural consumer to drive penetration in some of those markets. We spoke about premiumization, Gen Zs. But when it comes to media strategy and media bifurcation, what are the mediums that you are using? How are you using digital? How are you using TV? If you can throw in some light or strategy, or your thought process behind using different mediums.
Absolutely. In the end, it also depends upon what that campaign objective is. But if I look at, for most of our campaigns, TV and digital are certainly a part of the media mix, and both are important parts of the media mix. And then depending upon a specific objective, we also include other mediums such as print and out of home. So they also become a part of the mix. But TV and digital, they are definitely the two main medium by which we communicate.
And what are your expectations going forward? We are towards the end of 2023. Going forward in 2024, what are your expectations from the year, and what are some of the targets and goals that you've set for yourself and Mondelez in India?
We are coming to the end of the year and also to the end of my first year at Mondelez India. But when I look back, I feel very satisfied. I think the team at Mondelez India marketing has done a fantastic job. A lot of good campaigns to talk about. We spoke about a few. The one that I really like is the birthday campaign that we did in July, which was about building relevance of celebrations in the birthday occasion, and that we, people could make their own personalized birthday songs and gift it. So that's done fantastically well for us. More than 800,000 songs created. The business performance has been very good. So as we as we come to the end of 2023, I feel very satisfied and proud of what the team has done. And then 24 obviously is a new challenge, and we've got to make sure that we continue to raise the bar, do even better work, continue to grow the business, but also do work that is, that cuts through with the consumers in India.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today, and all the best for that.
Thank you.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.